I've spent way too much money on these. Come on! These may be my single largest obsession, and trust me, that's saying something. Say hello to Loc Blocs, or Bricks Blocks if you got them from Sears, or BiaBlocks if you got them from Japan. Yeah, they go by a lot of names for some reason. Anyway, Lego has a lot of clones, but this is one of the oldest. You see, this is one of the few Lego copycats that is not actually compatible with Lego. That's because when they were released in the 1970s, Lego still had a patent on their specific locking mechanism. Meaning when Kawada, the manufacturer of these, began designing them, they had to invent a whole new system. The system they came up with involved taller studs and a wall in the middle to provide just enough force to keep them together while still keeping them very easy to take apart. Unfortunately for everybody who's a fan of these bricks, they stopped being sold in the mid-1980s after Lego's patent expired and compatible copycat bricks took over. Meaning the only ones you're really going to find over here are close to 50 years old. Fortunately, despite the fact that they are ancient, they're not too difficult to find on eBay. Although, I will admit, there is a chance that I have single-handedly raised the price of these bricks over the past couple years. Oops. That's an interesting little build. So, why am I doing this? Why am I so obsessed with a random Lego copycat from the 1980s? Well, the simplest answer is that's just what I played with as a kid. Although, I had tons of Legos too. I think the main thing that I love so much about these bricks is their simplicity. They only really come in 3 colors, red, white, and blue, and they've only got about 8 different bricks, so with 8 bricks and 3 colors, that's only 24 bricks. There are also some slanted pieces, as well as a few other less common specialty pieces, but that really is it. And while some people might dislike the lack of pieces, for me, it's the main reason I love them so much. I've always seen constraints as a catalyst for creativity rather than a setback. If you give me infinite choices, choosing one becomes the challenge, not the creating part. It's also nice that I have about 1,000 of every single one of these pieces, meaning I could probably make whatever I want at any given time, although sometimes I do begin to run out of certain bricks, hence why I bought so many. With these bricks, I've been able to create all sorts of stories and worlds. I mean, in elementary school, I had a year-long arc in a world based on Transformers played out with these bricks. So yeah, I think that helps to explain my obsession with these bricks a little bit, but their story actually doesn't end there. The truth is, despite the fact that these bricks stopped being sold in the US in the 80s, they haven't gone away yet. In fact, there's a chance that you own some of the descendants of these bricks and don't even realize it. One of the most popular Lego-like bricks is also one that's not compatible with Lego at all, but in this case because of its size. It's tiny. NanoBlock, which specializes in miniature brick sets, is relatively popular across the world, and if you look really closely, it's the exact same locking mechanism. Yeah, Kawada, the Japanese manufacturer of these bricks, stayed relatively successful in Japan and was the first to release micro-style bricks. Interestingly, I think a lot of people look at those in a similar way to how I look at Loc Blocs. Not necessarily a competitor to Lego, but almost something completely different. I mean, I have a ton of Loc Blocs, but a ton of Lego too. So much Lego. Too much Lego. I have spent so much money on Lego. And while Loc Blocs died in the US, because of Kawada's moderate success, it continued to improve and iterate on these bricks. In fact, BiaBlock, the Japanese version of these, is still releasing updated versions across the pond to this day, meaning while Loc Blocs and Bricks Blocks can only be found on eBay over here, they're still very much alive and continue to grow elsewhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow.